Do you buy yarn and then look for a project? That's what I used to do, but now I'm trying to reverse that process. Hi, I'm Rosanna from Crochet, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a video about my plan for how I'm going to buy yarn on my upcoming trip to England. I think many of us have experienced this. We get so excited, we're going on holiday, we want to visit all the yarn shops we can, and then we go into these beautiful yarn shops. And it is amazing and you're excited, and at the same time it can be a little overwhelming. And 9 times out of 10 I will go in a yarn shop and I will look and get, oh, I like this, I like that, and this yarn's beautiful, I've not tried this. And I will end up buying a skein of one, another ball of another, and then a year passes, 2 years passes, and they're still in my stash. So what I'm going to do in today's video is show you how I am learning to reverse that process. Especially being a designer, we need to be much more conscious of the yarns we're going to buy. So I'm going to be showing you my process of how I plan my colors, my fibers for whatever I am looking for on my upcoming trips. The first thing I will do if I'm going on a trip is I want to plan, what do I need to make, or what do I want to make, what have I seen that I've fallen in love with. But before I even go to that step, I will go to my wardrobe, because everything I make has to have a purpose, has to have a functionality. I really do not like making pieces that are just useful for one moment. It's lovely to have a special piece, but if I'm going to be investing my time, my skills, my money, I want to have a functional piece of clothing or accessory that I can use over and over again, preferably over multiple seasons. So first of all, I'm going to go to my wardrobe. I'm going to look for what season I want to make these projects for. So for me right now, I am in the Southern Hemisphere. So I am going to be thinking about projects now, because I'm in winter, for spring and summer. So I'm going to England now. I'm actually going tomorrow, which is the perfect time for me to look for these types of yarns because they're already in the yarn shops. So I know I'm going to look for things that are spring and summer. So I'm going through my wardrobe and I'm going to look for what are the pieces that I am missing. Now I personally know from my own wardrobe, because I've already done my go through and organized it, my main thing I am missing is small tops, camis. And that's going to be the projects I'm going to be looking for. I already have my cardigans, I have my kimonos. I really am missing those small functional items. So for me, I'm going to be looking for cami ideas. Now as a designer, I am also going to be looking to create my own design. Now, as I said in a previous video, which was the Cezanne wardrobe, I cannot find anywhere the type of cami I want already made. I can't find the pattern. If somebody had made it, I would buy it, but I'm just not finding it. So my plan is I'm going to go through these shops now and I'm going to look for some yarns which will be suitable for the cami I want to make. Now, here are the ideas I've seen. I'm not going to be using those exact replicas because that's not what you do as a designer. I will do my own version of that, but the concept is the same. I want to create a cami that is functional, that can be laid up and down with a bit of texture. So those are my ideas, and now I know what type of yarns I'm going for. So now I know my type of yarn, now I need to think my colors. For me, I have a very set color palette. I've had it since I was in my teenage, and it tends to be those red, white and blues, very British, and also some hints of neutral colors and then olive green. So I already know my color palette now, which is here, and also all the fibers I'm going to be looking for. So the summer yarns, I'm going to be looking for natural fibers. Now already that really narrows me down, so when I go into a shop such as Loop London, I'm not going to get overwhelmed with everything I want to see. I'm more focused on what I need to buy and what will fulfill my upcoming projects. The second project I'm looking to do is going to be a personal one. Now, no designing involved. This is going to be a labor of love. Now, 10 years ago, well, over 10 years ago, I seen this image on Pinterest and I absolutely fell in love with this cardigan. I really like lace cardigans. I like the detail. I like this silhouette. And at the time, I had no way near the skills to create something so intricate. And secondly, there is no pattern for this. Now, the only thing I could find for this cardigan was some graphs, which is very traditional in old style crochet. In older magazines, you will get a graph of some of the motifs, and then you have to work out the rest yourself. Now, 10 years ago, I didn't have the skills. Now I do, and I also had the patience. So this is going to be my labor of love. I'm going to be looking therefore for some thread yarn to use with a very small hook. I'm thinking maybe a 1.75 or a 2mm crochet hook. And I'm going to look for a classic colour. So for this one, I know I'm going to be looking for something like ecru, or maybe I want to go for a navy. Let's see. So that's one of my special projects that's going to be for me, and this is going to be a work of labor of love. It's going to be something I'm going to work slowly through, and something to create mindful crochet to add to my personal handmade wardrobe. And my third and final plan is I love going in charity shops. England is full of charity shops. It's not a thing you have here in Brazil, not in the same style. You have bric-a-brac, but you will not find good yarns. And one thing I always find when I'm in England is I will find one small skein of yarn, or maybe even half a skein of yarn of a really beautiful colour in fine yarn. Now I did this, let me get. Now last year when I was travelling, I found these gorgeous skeins of yarns. And these little skeins were all on cones, and they were 25p each, and I just couldn't leave it. So I unraveled them up, round them into balls, and they have now been sat on my stash for over a year. But I've been doing this for a few years now, and I've got lots of little yarnlings waiting for a project. And the project is something really special. Now, for those of you who don't know this designer, she is amazing. She is called Sophie Digard, and I'm going to put some of her images up now. And she is a French designer who creates the most amazing scarves, and I absolutely love them. It's almost like painting with yarn to me. And it also reminds me a lot of Gustav Klimt, who's one of my mum's favourite artists. So I have that memory linked to my mum there as well. And I would love to create one of these scarves. Now, the one I'm wearing today is actually inspired by one of her designs, and I made this during COVID, and I used the smallest crochet hook I could. I think I used a 1.25 to create this design, and I used just 2 colors to create this mosaic effect, and I absolutely love this scarf. It was a labor of love. It was a lot of work, but I have this heirloom scarf now, which I truly love. So I'm now ready 4 or 5 years on to create another one, but this time I want to go more colourful. So I've been collecting these little yarnlings, so I'm going to be on the lookout now in the charity shops for any other small balls of yarns in different colours. And these scarves that I really like tend to be full of quite rich but dusty colours, such as these. So those are the colours I'm going to be on the lookout. So if I see a little ball of yarn, I'm going to pick it up, and that's going to go into my collection to bring home. So as of tomorrow, I will be traveling, and over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be hunting down all these types of yarns that I'm looking for to try and fulfill these 3 project aims for the end of the year. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Join along for the next videos where I will be showing you what it's like to buy yarn in England, in charity shops, in yarn shops, and how you can thrift yarn. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.